Hi, my name is How you started playing soccer?
I started playing soccer or football, however you call it, at the age of 5. My dad was the one who actually influenced me to playing it. He grew up playing football, and when I moved to New Zealand at around 5 years old, I got pretty much started right away with my local club, Mata Swifts FC.
How's your semi-professional started in New Zealand?
So I actually started playing semi-professional football at around maybe 3 years ago. And the team is called Hamilton Wanderers, and I joined them back in 2022 before I came to the Philippines. Just the level there is very competitive. It's almost identical to the English system in the Premier League back in the UK, and that has really given me the fundamentals to bring it over here to the Philippines.
Why you transferred to played here in the Philippines and how started career here?
I transferred playing here in the PFL, Philippines Football League, because the idea was, obviously, my dream was to play professional football, and I'm Filipino and New Zealand. I hold both dual citizenship, so it was a no-brainer for me to come here. Obviously, I've already signed my first professional contract back in January. With it, I want to keep getting the exposure, the experience, and hopefully make it to the upcoming SEA Games at the end of the year. Obviously, I still need to get more of the exposure. I feel like I haven't proved myself yet, so hopefully I can get more of the chances, and the chances stay and remain consistent, and hopefully get the scouts or the coaches what they're looking for me to get into the national team for the upcoming SEA Games.
How's experience playing here in the PFL?
Really different to how we play in New Zealand, but here in the PFL, a lot of passion really comes into the game. A lot of, for me personally, with the weather and obviously with the new footballing system here, was not difficult to adapt, but obviously there was a lot of adaptations for me to blend into the game. But in terms of my experience playing in the PFL or with Davao Aguilas, I would say we have a lot of talented and experienced players, a mix of both young and experienced. I'm learning a lot from the experienced players on how they play, the system that the coach also gives us. But yes, I'm learning a lot in terms of how they build up play from the back, how we press going into the counter. Just a lot of information to take in, and also a lot of battle with the climate. But it's been so good so far, and I'm grateful with the opportunity to play here.
Who is PFL teammate you learn the most?
The teammate that I really learned the most, I have two in mind. The first one I want to mention is Robert Lopez Mendy. He has been a star so far in my eyes this season, and he's been a legend in the league. I'm not too sure, but I think it's been around 8 years he's been in the league, and he's been tremendous, and he's a machine, goal-scoring machine. He's an idol to a lot of the young players. He is one of the oldest players in the league, and being able to stay fit and stay at this professional level at this age is quite remarkable. A lot of young players would look up to him with his work ethic and his ability to be dominant on the pitch. The second PFL teammate would be Hussein Lukman. He's recently just signed with Davao Aguilas, but born and bred in Nigeria, having experience in the Conference League in Europe, playing for an Albanian club. He's just transferred to the Philippines, and his experience and his knowledge in the game has been a really big help for me as well. A lot of his one of the key takes I have from him is just to have fun and just stay composed and calm with the ball. You know, he's not really he's not really the strongest nor the fittest, but his IQ and ability to play on the field has really given me that good insight that I've learned from him.
Why you choose jersey number 74?
Number 74. It's a bit interesting with the numbers, I've been told, but I chose 74 because my mother was born in 1974, January 30, and obviously I can't have 1974, so I just picked 74, and just because it's my mom's birthday. Easy.
Who is soccer international player do you want to face?
Good question. An international player, football player that I would like to face is he's actually getting old, but growing up, he was my idol. It would be N'Golo Kante, CDM, currently playing for a Saudi Arabian club, but in his Chelsea time he was peak. Box-to-box midfielder, big engine player. I would like to face him and see if I can compete right now, especially with this age. So yeah.
If you not became soccer player, what do you think your work right now?
If I wasn't a football player, I would obviously back home in New Zealand. I had a couple of jobs that I was working in. One of them was I was working on a farm. In New Zealand, I grew up in a small town called Matamata, and a lot of the surrounding areas was all farms, dairy farms, you know that. Like all my life when I was young, I was just working on a farm, you know, and yeah, if I wasn't playing football, I would love to manage my own dairy farm in New Zealand, or even start like I've been getting into business lately, and I've been looking at starting my own coffee business eventually as well. You know, just having control of my own time and my own business. Yes, I was a college student when I was playing semi-pro, so I was studying at the University of Waikato with my bachelor degree of health science while I was playing for Hamilton Wanderers. In New Zealand, being a student and semi-pro player, honestly for me it wasn't that difficult. I was able to, I guess, manage my workload in uni and same with football. We trained 3 times a week for football, but my university schedule was Monday to Friday. But some days I would only render around 2 to 3 hours. That was my minimum, and my longest was around 6 hours in university. I had my own transportation. You know, life in New Zealand is very easy, and same with schooling, much different to the Philippines. I feel like in New Zealand you have much more freedom in terms of how you carry out things, your daily day-to-day basis routine, but it's entirely up to the person on how you do it. But for me, I managed very well with my studies, work, and football. Obviously it is a lot, but if you have good time management and you keep your goals and priorities straight, then it's perfect. The difference between playing in New Zealand and in the PFL that I have pretty much noticed is that in New Zealand, we're more driven into, well, I know some teams in the PFL do it, but in New Zealand, we're more heavily influenced through tactic and formation system. You know, that what I mean by that is that it can not necessarily limit creativity in the game, but we follow a system that we carry out into the games, and the coaching is much more advanced, I guess, in New Zealand than it is here. My experiences in the Philippine Football League is that my experiences in the Philippine Football League is that some teams only do really carry out formations, but other teams just primarily focus on just passion and heart into the game and just battling it all the way to the 90th minute to see which is the better team, I guess, you know.
Last question, rank of 3 this player: Messi, Ronaldo, and Mbappe.
Saving the last question, the best question. So in this list, with no argument, Messi's got to be number one. Big Messi fan, you know. I love his work, hard work. Obviously, all three are hardworking, but the most talented one is definitely Messi. So Messi, Mbappe, and Ronaldo. That's my top team.
Thank you for watching.